Welcome back to Singer Dad Reacts. My name is Josh, and a special welcome to all of you Morissette Ammon fans out there. I'm trying to get back to a regular schedule. I haven't been putting out near as many reactions lately because of all the things going on in my personal life as far as moving and things with our business. So I'm trying to get back on track here, and I wanted to make sure to get another Morissette reaction out there. And I had a few to choose from, but I wanted to kind of go back to the Wish Bus because I just did one from her recent stuff, so I wanted to kind of go back to Rise Up. So this is a song by Andra Day. So I'm going to go ahead and just dive right in here and go through the lyrics. Verse 1, you're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter. But I see it in you, so we're going to walk it out and move mountains. We're going to walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up high like the waves, I'll rise up in spite of the ache, I'll rise up and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, and then it repeats itself. Verse 2, when the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. Bring it to its feet and move mountains. And then it goes through the chorus again. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we'll rise. And the chorus again, let's see. And we'll rise up high like the waves, we'll rise up in spite of the ache. And then it closes off with the you part there. Yeah, so this is really just an inspirational song about rising up and being courageous, and the lyrics are very, very encouraging and inspirational. It feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And this is especially pertinent for the situation that we're all in with COVID, right? I mean, it kind of brings to mind, actually, wearing masks. Because where I'm at right now, we have to wear masks everywhere. And I'm willing to wear a mask if it's going to help, keep people safe. I'm willing to do that. But it's hard to breathe in the masks and hard to talk and be heard in the masks. So that just came to mind when I was reading the lyrics here. And so it really, in my mind, it brings like a message of peace and hope for us in the days that we're dealing with right now. So I'm looking forward to hearing her interpretation of it. If you haven't already, if you could please subscribe and click on the notifications. And if you like my reactions, then please click on the like. And also put any of your comments down below on how I can improve the channel, or things you liked about how I reacted or did my analysis. I've thought about that a lot because a lot of the vocal coaches will put reaction and analysis, and I pretty much do the same thing. And a lot of you have mentioned that you enjoy my analysis as well, and so I try to do some analysis along the way as part of my reaction. So hopefully that's what you enjoy, and that's what you're here for, and you like that. Anyway, let's get to Morissette.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we go work it out.
Wish 1075.
We can walk it out. Move mountains. I'll rise up, I can say, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
So I could hear that little that kind of little whistle there in the back behind her tone, That's like kind of her signature. You guys have mentioned that before. But she really does have very good technique. And some of you have kind of weighed in on that and said that she doesn't really have classical training, but she does have some vocal training. But I think a lot of it with her, just from watching her through several reactions, she has just really good natural instincts about what sounds good, how to form the sound, and she's got a really good instrument and a really good natural ability and good support as well, because when she's doing the jumps and things like that through this first part of the song, she's dead on with her pitch and everything else, and she's forming the vowels very well to give a good quality sound coming through and the good resonance to the tone. So let me go back a little bit here and make sure I didn't miss anything.
I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise unafraid.
See that little cry in her voice?
Rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the way
Very
the
open.
sun rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you,
Nice.
for you, for you, for you. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, and I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, we can walk it out. Move mountains.
Wow. She has very good control. Through that course of those phrases I just listened to, she went from like quiet, more kind of a softer sound, and she was also going in and out with the U's into her falsetto, into her head voice, and her transitions were fairly seamless there, between her chest and head voice there. So she's got really good control as far as moving within her registers. And this is the first song that I've really heard where that kind of whistle is coming through in her tone as much. Before I noticed it was coming through occasionally, like you'd hear it just like on certain notes. But like I'm hearing it more kind of through some of the phrases here. Comment down below if that's normal for her, if she does that with some songs where she allows that to kind of come through a little more. And that's kind of a emotive type thing for her. Let me know.
We can walk it out. Move.
You hear it?
Mountains. And I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Very good on 1,000.
For you, for you, for you,
Nice.
for you.
Hear that?
All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Right there.
And I'll do it 1,000 times again for you, for you.
Sorry to pause it right there. Yeah, she's amazing. She's got a really resonant tone, really full sound, just a really strong natural ability. And you can see, like, I've mentioned it before, but she's really good at the whole, like, I talk about the inside smile, where you kind of have your cheeks are raised like this. And what that does is that opens up your soft palate back here. So the sound has the ability to come through with more resonance and fullness. She's really good at that, at really opening up the sound, and you can even hear it on her the U's. You can see that she's open inside, even though her mouth is kind of in this U, but you can see from what's happening here that in her mask that she's open. And she's also singing with a lot of feeling, and I've talked about this before, and that's really what I love, because I'm all about the full performance. What did the performer do to touch me, to entertain me, to inspire me? Right? That's really part of what I key in on. And I really pick up on when someone's heart is in the song as they sing, because that really, I feel that. And so that's part of what I look for. And she's definitely bringing that. And from what I understand, she's fairly young here. So this was a couple of years ago, I believe. So she was probably like 22, I believe. So she's an older soul, I think. Having the maturity to go in here and just sing the song like she is and put this kind of heart and feeling into it, and to have the ability she does at this early an age, she's got a bright future ahead of her. So let me go back. I kind of paused in a weird spot here. I don't want to miss anything. And this is one that I'll go back and listen to again, because she's really doing well here. Sorry, I'm going back a little ways here. I didn't pause it for a while here.
I'll rise like the day, I'll rise in spite of the ache.
And you can see her.
And I'll do it 1,000 times again.
You hear those runs? Fully controlled.
On Wish 107.5.
We will rise again and again and again.
Wow. So that was awesome. She really does have a great gift, and this was an amazing performance. She has a very unique style to her voice, with the whole thing with like the whistle and the kind of that pleading or crying that kind of sits behind there. especially in this song it came through. And so that makes her a distinct artist, which makes her very, sellable and very, distinguishable in the market. But beyond that, she really has a lot of natural abilities and instincts about singing correctly and really putting out quality sound with the way that she sings and forms the vowels and everything. And the runs that she was doing in there were all spot on, and it was just a great performance. And this was the video that I found because I look back on a lot of your comments, and the YouTube links that a majority of you had were for the official version of Rise Up from the Wish Bus that got taken down for copyright or whatever. So I had to look and find this copy. So the video quality wasn't super good, but it was the best version I found out there. So hopefully I got the right one, but I didn't find any other better versions either by searching or by looking through my comments. I did find an app that allows me to go and actually search through all my comments on my entire channel, which is really nice. So it allows me to go and really key in on things that people may have said. So that's been very helpful. But again, thank you for all of your support of my channel. And this was a great cover. I look forward to hearing more Morissette and hearing from each of you and getting to know you. And if you could put your recommendations for additional songs that you want me to cover for Morissette. The ones that I have here, I have like Fly Like a Bird. I have like a spreadsheet where I keep track of all of the recommendations that people make, and part of what I pay attention to is how many different people commenting are saying do this one, do that one, right? Because if there's a lot of people saying it, then like She Used to Be Mine is one, for instance, right? A lot of you have said that that's one I should check out, so that's definitely high up on my list. So that most likely will be my next one. Yeah, so if you have others that you would like to recommend, please put those in the comments. And if you haven't, if you could please click subscribe. And I hope that each of you can find inspiration from the words of this song and from Morissette's performance, and you can rise up and find ways to make a difference in our society today and serve others and be kind and not be lonely. That's a hard thing to do, in today's society with all the restrictions as to where we can go and how close we can be to people and all of that. It's really easy to feel kind of isolated and disconnected from those around you. So find ways to reach out and serve others and connect with people you care about and people around you. And take care.